Hey guys, tonight we're slipping into damp sandals and ancient silk as we wander through the drizzle-soaked back streets of feudal Japan, where honor is sharp, silence is golden, and one samurai just won't stop writing poetry. Imagine the distant clang of temple bells, the scent of wood smoke and rain, and a bureaucrat quietly losing his mind because someone sent in a tax report written entirely in verse. You're here for it, right? Well, you probably won't survive this. Not because of any battlefield carnage, but because the sheer volume of haiku might gently smother your brain like a very well-structured pillow. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time in the comments. I love knowing where in the world you're dozing off from. Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You trudge across a gravel path slick with last night's storm, your sandals making faint squelching noises that don't exactly scream dignity. It's the 17th century. Japan is stable, maybe too stable. The era of civil war has passed. The shogunate, that rigid top-down military government, has things on lockdown. And honestly, people are a little bored. That includes you, a mid-level scribe, reluctantly seconded to the office of warrior oversight. Yes, it's as thrilling as it sounds. You've been tasked with shadowing a samurai named Saito Gengo, a middle-ranking retainer in a minor clan known for their tea ceremonies, not their conquests. His file is thin, except for the odd note, possible subversive, or just extremely into seasons. You finally meet him during a regional muster. You're expecting a grizzled warrior. Instead, you find a slender man under a pine tree murmuring about the color of plum blossoms. He doesn't notice you until you cough, and even then he bows absently like he's still halfway inside his own metaphor. His armor is technically regulation, but there's a poem etched onto the left shoulder plate, something about morning dew. You think it's a joke? It is not. The local commander finds you later whispering with exhausted eyes. He rewrites his mission reports as Waka. I sent him to inspect a river crossing. He came back with 14 stanzas about the moon. It turns out Saito Gengo has a condition that no one in the samurai class quite knows how to diagnose: chronic overpoeticism. While most warriors of the Tokugawa period were expected to know a little poetry, it showed refinement, balance, harmony. There were limits. Saito, no limits. He drafts duty rosters in metaphor. He rebrands sick days as wilting cherry phases. Once, instead of requesting more rice, he submitted a haibun describing hunger as the echo of an empty drum beaten by cold wind. You begin to notice the little signs, the way other officers pause when he approaches, how his subordinates always bow too deeply, either in reverence or just to avoid eye contact. A junior archer confesses to you in hushed tones, "He made me write tanka before breakfast, said it would improve my aim." You try to explain this to your superior, who sighs through his nose and says, "At least he's not stealing." Then he adds, historians still argue whether he was brilliant or just extremely bored. Saito's family history is unremarkable. No famous duels, no heroic last stands. His father was a warehouse inspector who apparently once wept at a sunset and passed that vibe down like a family heirloom. Gengo's been trained as any samurai would be: martial arts, calligraphy, Chinese classics, but he latched onto verse like a limpet on a ship's hull. Can't shake it off. He tries to act normal. Really. You see him attempt to lead a drilling session, but halfway through shouting orders, he stops mid-sentence to stare at a crane flying overhead. Such stillness, he murmurs. A pause before the next breath. The troops shuffle awkwardly. One of them sneezes. No one moves for 5 full minutes. And yet he's not entirely incompetent. His records are complete if cryptic. His men are oddly loyal, probably because they don't want to hurt his feelings. And he's popular with a few local artists who show up at odd hours to drink tea and sigh meaningfully about fog. Still, the complaints pile